सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Swami Omkaranand ji was a great sannyasi to whom we all looked up to. Even my Guru, Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji, used to consult Omkaranand ji for any work related to the temple, because Omkaranand ji was born and brought up in Perur near Coimbatore, and he grew up in the Perur Shiva temple, which is a very old and very famous temple. And he had the knowledge of all the agamas associated with the temple worship. He also learned the Vedas from his father from a very young age, and he lived as a Vaidika. So he had done Adhyanam of Vishnu Yajurveda, and later on he became a sannyasi, and he learned Vedanta from Pujya Swami Paramarthananda ji, and then he became a disciple of our Pujya Swami Dayanand ji also. So he is a very unique person because he had the knowledge of the Agamas, the Veda Purva Bhaga and Vedanta, and also all the texts in Tamil. So he had great Pandityam in Tirukural, different Tirumurais, and even like Taimanavar Padal, and Tamil Vedanta texts like Kaivalya Navanitam, and also in Dharma Shastras. So finally he was teaching even Manu Dharma Shastra. So he was like our Google. So whenever we required any clarification with reference to our Dharma or Vedanta, we used to always ask Omkaranandji. In fact, the word Omkara is looked upon as a sound symbol rather than as a linguistic word, and it represents all the sounds, because A is the sound you can make if you open your mouth, and is the sound you can make by closing your mouth. No other sound you can make. If you just open your mouth and don't make any other effort, the sound which comes is A. And if you close your mouth, it is And in between only all the sounds are there of all the languages, all words, all of them are in between A and That is represented by U. Therefore, Om, which is A plus U plus is a sound symbol for all the words. And Omkaranandji also had all the Shastras with him. He had phenomenal memory, and his name was so apt for Omkaranandji. We could ask him doubts about anything. He would immediately give clarification. He was so happy to interact with all of us. It was very sulabham. It was very easy to interact with Swamiji, and in fact, he was a great support for us. I want to share all the different memories which we have had with Omkaranandji. That is the only way I think I can pay homage to Swamiji, to recollect all the happy memories which we have had. When we started our Gurukulam, it was because our Guruji Pujya Swami Dayanandji asked us to start a Gurukulam, particularly down south. So we had purchased some land, and we had planned to create a Gurukulam where we can have a residential setup and people can come and stay and study. That is still under progress. So as soon as we bought land, the first thing we did was we went and met Omkaranandji, because he was the nearest to us geographically also. And after our Guruji had attained Mahasamadhi, we always looked up to him as a support and our guide. So I went to Teni, and when I told Omkaranandji about what we are planning to do, he was very happy really. So Omkaranandji, when we met him, he was very happy to support us. He himself said that he will visit our place and guide us how to go about whatever we were planning to do. So let me share some photographs from the first visit Omkaranandji did in 2017 March. So he himself offered to come. In fact, he had had some medical condition even then, and he was advised not to travel. But he said that in the first opportunity, once he becomes okay physically, he will visit us. And as promised, he came to our place in March 2017. And let me share some photographs from that visit. So we welcomed him with Purna Kumbha. And Swamiji was so happy to see our place. He felt that it was really very apt from a Vastu standpoint also, because our land is high at towards the south and it slopes down towards the north. And when he visited, he was really very happy to see our place, and he said that this is a special place. And you can see the photos here. So it was a very happy moment for us, something we will always cherish in our memories. The interactions we had with Swamiji when he visited us here. So he even put the mala which was actually offered to him. He gave it to me, which is something which is unforgettable for me personally. And then Swamiji only had told us when I initially met him that instead of having the land just like that, why don't you start a Goshala? Because wherever cows are there, that place is purified. So, on Swamiji's advice only, we started a small Goshala. And when he visited, actually, he wanted to see the Goshala, and it had grown a little bit by then, actually, because we started with 3 cows and then it became more than 10-15 cows when he had visited us. And he was so happy to be with the cows, actually. You can see this. These are the Gir cows which we got. So Swamiji was so happy to be with them. Then he had a quiet time with himself and he was enjoying so much. So he gave us all these photographs which we can always look at and always remember him with joy. So this was the first week visit when Swamiji came to us. Then later on in 2018, we wanted to actually start construction, and before that we wanted to have a pratishtha of a Vinayaka under a tree. So we had actually planted a Ashwatha tree, and there is a tradition in Tamil Nadu that we always do a pratishtha of Ganapati under the Ashwatha tree. That doesn't require any big construction or anything. We can simply do the pratishtha of Ganapati, open to sky, and do puja. So we wanted to do simply like that, and we approached Swami Omkaranandji in Chennai. We were there at that time, and asked Swamiji that we want to do a Ganapati Pratishtha and what type of Ganapati we can do Pratishtha. So Swamiji was so happy and he said that you do Vallabha Mahaganapati. Pratishtha. And I will give you the Vallabha Mahaganapati because I am already anyway doing a lot of work, temple work in Pudukkottai. So you don't even have to buy it. I will present it to you. So we were so happy that Swamiji offered the Ganapati to us. And when we were returning back from Swamiji, even before we reached our home, we got a call from UK. And Swami Atma Prakashanandji from UK told us that she knew someone who has taken a sankalpa to create 108 Adishankara Vigrahas and do pratishtha of them all over the world. And the first Shankara is ready, and she wants that Shankara to be installed in a place associated with Pujya Swami Dayanandji. So we were very surprised that we got this call from her as soon as we had actually decided to do Pratishtha of Ganapati, but still we were apprehensive because we were not planning to build any temple. So we called Omkaranandji before saying anything to Swaminiji and asked Swamiji, just now we talked to you about Ganapati. Now Swamini has called us and she wants to also do Pratishtha of Adishankara. So Swamiji was so happy. He said that Guru has also come along with Ganapati. It's a very good omen. So we will do Pratishtha of both. I will guide you how to do a simple temple and we can build it like that. So that is how we got this Shankara from Bangalore, from Indic Academy, Advaita Academy. They were the ones who offered us this Shankara, beautiful Vigraham. So Shankara came in 2018 October during the Tamraparni Mahapushkaram. So initially we had kept the Shankara along the banks of Tamraparni, and Swamiji had come for Tamraparni Mahapushkaram, and he came and actually did puja to this Shankara. So it was a great thing for us. Swamiji himself came, and even at that time again he came to our place. He was so happy and he wanted to have lunch only at our place. So he came to our Gurukulam again, and these are all photos from that time. Again, these are really great memories of Swamiji with us. And now we have this temple. So this is the temple which we have today. So Swamiji just said that you can have like a mandapa and some tiled roof, and we'll have Sharada also, because when he came here and gave us suggestions how to build it, he felt that let it be like Sringeri. I will also give you a Sharada Vigraha and let us have Vallabha Mahaganapati, Sharadamba and Adishankara. So this whole temple is there because of Swamiji's grace only. Swamiji only guided us in building this temple. He gave these two Vigrahas, even uh, this Peetham where all three Vigrahas are installed. That also was given by Swamiji. Swamiji also gave us the Kumbha, which we have uh, installed on top of the temple. So this is the Vallabha Mahaganapati with Vallabha the Devi here, you can see, and Sharadamba. Then Adi Shankara, who was already there. So this whole temple is in one way a dedication from Swami Omkaranandji, and we were so fortunate to build this temple under his guidance, and we cherish every day when we do puja in the temple. We always think about Swami Omkaranandji. And later we also expanded the Goshala. Now we have a Goshala where we can have around 60 to 70 cows. Currently we have 37 cows and calves. And Omkaranandji also was happy when we said that we are going to do a shrine for Venugopala Swami in the Goshala. So this also we did Pratishtha this year in January, and under the guidance of Omkaranandji again. So he even my minute details like what exactly we have to do during the Pratishtha, what homas, what pujas, everything Swamiji had guided us, and he only gave the dates also for both our pratishtas. So this is the Venugopala Swami, and this is the Goshala today with the shrine, and this is the Goshala after we have built it, and this is the place where the cows are staying now. This is called Mudduraja Gopalam now, and this has been built in memory of our Kalyan Kumarji's father Mutturajan. So this Goshala also is really there because of Swamiji only. Because Swamiji asked us to create this Goshala, we did this. So all these things I just wanted to share because I didn't know how else to talk about Swamiji. All these memories only really are there with us, and which are really something which we look forward to every time we are there in our Gurukulam. We always remember Swamiji, and Swamiji was so great that he supported all dharmika activities. He was the head of Dharmarakshana Samiti, which he was guiding very ably. And whenever any um, voice on behalf of Hindus have to be raised in Tamil Nadu, Swamiji was never afraid. He used to give his views openly, and he made sure that the Hindu point of view, the Dharmika point of view is heard by everybody. So when Swamiji attained Samadhi, it was a great loss for us personally and also for our society at large. But we hope that Swamiji, having become one with Ishvara now, he will bless us and guide us going forward. And with his blessings, we'll be doing more and more dharmika work, protect our dharma, protect the dharmis, and uphold our dharma and help people in learning our shastra and gaining the fruits of the knowledge which only our shastras can bestow on us. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.